Hey guys, today you're going to learn something called dimensional analysis, and this is a math technique that you are going to use all year long in chemistry. So welcome to your first day. So in chemistry, if you've ever talked to somebody who's taken it before, they like to talk about this thing called the mole. And it doesn't mean like a mole on your body or like the animal. That's gross. A mole for chemistry means an amount of something, like a dozen. So if I asked you for a dozen eggs, you'd bring me 12 eggs. And so if I asked you for a mole of something, it just means that it's an amount that chemists kind of know what it is. So for us, a mole equals 22.4 liters of something. Remember that liters measures volume, and volume is measuring the amount of space that something takes up. So basically, if I drew a box that fit in there 22.4 liters, you would bring me 1 mole, which would just be however much you can fit inside of that box. That's how much stuff I want if I ask you for a mole. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some math using that magical number. Okay? That number is called molar volume. It's literally the volume of 1 mole. And so the way that we're going to do it is we're going to do these things called fences or dimensional analysis. So in both of our options, notice that we have liters, and with it you always write 22.4. Doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom, I'll tell you how to figure that out. They also both have moles, and you always write 1 with the mole. If anybody meditates, I meditate all the time. And so you're going to meditate when you do chemistry. You're going to say, Om, be 1 with the mole. You always write 1 with the mole. And then your magic number for liters is 22.4. So let me show you how this works. Okay, it happens when we have something called STP. STP just stands for standard temperature and pressure. And so you're going to see this in the problems, but it doesn't mean anything that you have to do math with, but that way you know what the letters stand for. So here's what happens. Whenever we have a problem, remember the easiest thing to do is just find the number. That's really what we care about. And so that's how we're going to start. And when you're doing this dimensional analysis or fences, you don't want to have naked numbers. So if I just started my question like this and I wrote 1.75, it's going to be impossible for you to actually do it. So you want to put the unit on it. So it says mole, so I write mole. And then you're going to draw a fence. Now, think about a ball. If you throw a ball up in the air, it always comes down. Right now, mole is on the top of our fence, so it's going to go on the bottom of the fence. We never put anything over here. You can put a smiley face there if you want, but never any numbers or anything important. In this question, it's asking me to solve what is the volume. Remember that volume means liters, so I need to find liters. The thing that you're looking for goes on the top. So notice that right now all I did was I put the units in, and now you're just going to match the numbers. Remember that whenever we had mole, we put a 1 with it. Doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom. You're going to meditate and you're going to say Om, 1 with the mole right there. For liters, that's the molar volume number, which is 22.4. That's the work that you have to set up. Then you just have to put it in your calculator, and you do that like this. You're going to do 1.75 times on the top, so times 22.4, and then you divide down, divided by 1. So 1.75 times 22.4 divided by 1. That equals 39.2. Then if we're going to round that to the tenths place, it's already there, so we don't have to round it. And lastly, you need a unit, so you don't have a naked number. Volume, remember the unit is liters, so that's what I put on my answer. Don't leave your number naked, you have to give it a unit. Alright, let's try another one. So, find a number. Here's one. That's what you're going to start your fence with. So I've got 49.8, and it's liters. You have to put that unit on. Then you can draw your fence. Nothing down here. Liters is up, which means liters has to go down. The question wants me to find how many moles. The thing that you're looking for goes on top, and I'm looking for moles. Then you can just match your numbers. Mole always gets a 1 with it, and liters needs a 22.4. That's the molar volume. Now you're ready for your calculator. You're going to do 49.8 times 1, divide down, divided by 22.4. That gives me this in my calculator, and it asks me to round to the hundredths place, which is right here at the 2. The 3 afterwards means I don't need to round up, so it's going to be 2.22, and we have a naked number, so we need a unit. We were solving for moles. That's what goes on your answer, and there it is. Alright, that's all there is to it. So what I want you to do is pause the video, try the questions on the bottom, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the answers together. Alright, let's check in with how you did here. So in the first question, here's the number that I have, so that's what I start my fence with. Remember to put the unit on. If you leave a naked number, it's going to be really hard. Then draw your fence. Moles is up, so moles goes down. Nothing over here. The question says I need to find the volume. Volume means liters. That's the thing I'm looking for. It goes on top. You always write 22.4 with liters and 1 with the mole. Then you put it in your calculator, times on the top, divide down, and that gives me 286.72. If I round that to the ones place, that's right here at the 6, but the 7 afterwards means that I need to round up. So, becomes 287, and then you just need a unit. Because we were looking for volume, our unit is liters. Alright, next one. Here's the number that they gave me. That's what we're going to start our fence with. Don't forget to put the unit with it. Draw your fence. Nothing down here. Moles up, moles down. Whatever is up has to go down. The question says, what is the volume? That means I'm looking for liters. The thing you're looking for goes on the top. Then you put your numbers in. Always 1 with the mole. Liters needs a 22.4. That's our molar volume. This can go in your calculator. Times on the top. Divide down and then hit equals, and I got 882.56, and we're going to round that at the ones place, which is right here at the 2. But there's a 5 afterwards, so we need to round up to 883. I was looking for the volume, which means the unit for my answer is liters. Alright, next one. Let's see. Here's the number that they gave me. There's the unit for it. So that's what I start with. Have to put a unit on. Okay, draw your fence. Nothing down here. Liters up, liters down. The question says how many moles. That's the thing that goes on top. Then you can put your numbers in. You always write 1 with the mole, and liters needs 22.4. You can put this in your calculator. Times on top, divide down. When you do that, my calculator says 7.59375. We're going to round this one to the thousandths place, which is right here at the 3. The 7 after it means that we need to round up, so my answer becomes 7.594, and then our unit is solving for moles, so that's what we put on our answer. Okay, next question. Find the number. There it is. That's what we're going to start our fence with. The unit on there is moles. Be sure to include that in your fence. Nothing down there. If moles are up, moles are going to go down. The question says we need to solve for the number of liters. What you're looking for goes on top. So then you can fill in your numbers. Molar volume is 22.4. That's what goes with liters. Always 1 with the mole. Then you just have to use your calculator. Times on top, divide down. When you plug that in, you get 18.3008. And then you're going to round this one at the tenths place. That's here. The 0 afterwards, we don't have to round up. It can stay exactly the same at 18.3. And lastly, we were looking for liters. So L is our unit. Alright, let's see what we got in this one. Here's my number. Here's the unit for it. That's where you're going to start your fence. Have to put that unit in. Don't want to have naked numbers. Nothing goes down here. If liters is up, liters is going to go down. I want to solve for how many moles. The thing you want goes on top. Then you can fill in your numbers. You put 1 with the mole, and 22.4 is the molar volume with liters. Then you're going to get your calculator, times on the top, divide down. Let's see, when I put that in my calculator, I get 0.361, what's that say? 1607, on and on. We're going to round that one at the thousandth spot, which is here. The one after it means I don't need to round up, so it can stay. And our unit is that we were looking for moles, so you have to put that on your answer. Oh, I gave away the answers down here. Alright, let's look at number 8. Here's our number. That's where our fence will start. Okay, draw your fence. Nothing down here. If liters is up, liters is going to go down. Next thing, you're solving for the number of moles. That goes on top. So, moles always gets a 1 with it, and liters you need 22.4, the molar volume. You're going to put this in your calculator. You're going to times on the top, divide down. When you do that, you get 4.25133 something. We're going to round at the thousandths location, which is here. The 3 after it means we're not going to round up, it's going to stay. Comes 4.251, and we need a unit. We were solving for moles. That's what goes on our answer. Almost done. Next one. Here's the number they gave us. That's where we start our fence. Nothing goes here. Liters up, liters down. We are solving for how many moles. Moles goes on top. Wherever you see mole, you write a 1 with it. Liters needs the molar volume of 22.4. I'm going to put this in your calculator, times on top, divide down. When you do that, your calculator says 0.8660714. We're going to round at the thousandths place, which is here. The 0 afterwards means we don't need to round up. We just have to put a unit on our answer since we were solving for moles. That's what we'll label our answer with. Alright, last one. You did it! Right here is our number. That's what you start your fence with. Don't need anything down here. If moles is up, moles is going to go down. And we want to find what is the volume. Volume means liters. Then you can plug your numbers in. There's 22.4 for the liters, and moles always gets a 1. You're going to put this in your calculator, times on the top, divide down. So my calculator says 1346.24. We're going to round this one at the ones place, which is right here. The 2 afterwards, we can leave it. We're not going to round it up, so it's going to stay 1346. And we were looking for volume, which is liters, and so that goes there. Alright, I hope you're feeling good about that. Welcome to the world of moles. Now you have a whole nother page of practice. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.